Tickets, get your tickets. It's a hot one here at PNC Park tonight as the Pirates return home to take on the Miami Marlins. And look at our Volkswagen wild card standings in the National League. The Pirates now ahead of the Marlins by a game and a half. Just one game back of the Cardinals, trying to get into postseason position. And welcome into the booth tonight. Joe Block along with Steve Blass with you. And the Pirates are looking behind to the Marlins, not ahead of them, thanks to a 5-1 road trip.
Yeah, it was a great trip. Sat and watched all the games. It was great. I got wild card fever, and there's only one cure for that. We need more cowbell. But after you go 1-5 on a trip against teams you're supposed to beat, and it doesn't happen, you come back against tougher teams, supposedly tougher teams, and it does happen. So go figure that you can predict anything about baseball. But great road trip for the Pirates. It's never easy going out west, but they come back with a sweep of the Giants, and it wasn't easy. They really worked hard, but they worked very hard to put themselves in a position where they can make a nice run the next 6 weeks.
And to start that off here tonight, it's Garrett Cole, who has not really been Garrett Cole-like lately.
No, he really hasn't. The last 3 starts, he's 1-2. I was looking to break it down. He's averaging 5 innings in those last 3 starts. He's given up 22 hits in those 15 innings, and that's not very Garrett Cole-like. So you need him to get back to where he was. We saw what he's capable of with that complete game. We need him to be like that. Hope he doesn't press too much because he's not having the kind of year that he wants to have, but we'll hope that he's at his best tonight.
And a guy who's trying to turn around his year, Andrew McCutchen, and the Pirates entertain the Marlins here tonight from PNC Park. way.
Hey, it's Friday night, it's Friday night, it's Friday night, come on, let's go. Hey, it's Friday night, it's Friday night, it's Friday night, let's start the show. Let's go.
It's Friday night. It's a Friday Night Rocks here from PNC Park. We're back home. Pirates and the Marlins, and this has become a big series as the Marlins and Pirates, the two teams chasing the Cardinals for that second and final wild card berth, and Garrett Cole on the mound tonight.
Making start number 19. It's been a bit of a struggle last 3 starts for Garrett, but I hope he's on his game. Jung Ho has picked it up. Absolutely. That's always good news. Oh, and there's the man we've been waiting to see come home from the West Coast, Andrew McCutcheon.
And look at the Honda lineup for Don Mattingly's Marlins. Dee Gordon back from suspension along with Martin Prado. One of the top hitters, Christian Yelich, has hit very well against Garrett Cole. Ozuna cleaning up Real Muto. Xavier Scruggs, the one-time Cardinal backup, and Dino Rojas and Kohler rounding out the order.
No Giancarlo Stanton. Garrett Cole, his Hyundai numbers up on the board. Start number 19, as we said, the last 3 have been very much below his standards. Hope he is who he was 4 starts ago when he had that complete game against the Seattle Mariners. And you look at basically, when you look at this game, and it may not play out this, you got 5 legitimate bats in that Miami lineup. There's a pitch in for a strike. You got 4 other bats that can, if you go ×3, can give you 12 outs. And let's be honest, he should be possibly dominating those 4 other bats.
Marlins beset with a lot of injuries. And Don Mattingly, who has really guided his clubs those years with the Dodgers and now here with the Marlins, if not into the postseason, very close to it every year, has really tried to scrap and claw with this Marlins bunch. Wow.
Garrett Cole has got an accelerated heartbeat right now. That ball absolutely blistered right back at him. It ends with an errant throw, but here's how it starts. I mean, that is right at his head. He gets the glove up, the instinctive glove work, and then you've got to feel like the adrenaline right now is unbelievable, and he throws the ball away.
And he's mad that he put Gordon aboard, but thank goodness he got that glove up.
My goodness, and all that is an instinctive move. When you pick it up and you hope that your emotions are together.
Jameson Taillon, we just showed right there, who did get hit in the head earlier this year. Gordon and his 14 steals aboard.
And, also, the fact that David Freese is probably not real happy because he probably feels that he might have been able to help Garrett out with that throw to first base. It was just, everything was so absolutely sudden.
Especially right as the game starts. Gordon with those 14 steals in 40 games. One of the top base stealers in baseball. Martin Prado, 3rd in the National League, hitting .327. Was ruled a base hit by Gordon.
Significant lead. Ruled a base hit. It's kind of a funny scoring play. Anytime a pitcher gets involved, many times they'll score at a base hit. There's no doubt that Garrett had time with the speed that ball came back at him. Looked a little bit of a throw, so yeah, just a tough situation. And now you make it tougher by the speed at first base.
Good thing he was in position to field his position. He's getting that glove defensively in front of him. Gordon has the ability of making a single into a double and maybe even a triple.
And a little hesitation as he made his way back. Slow it down for you, Supermo, Allegheny Health Network. Always showing us all the details.
There goes Gordon. He got one out there, and that's it. So Freese with some nice defense there behind Garrett Cole. And the Honda defense with Jung Ho Gung over at third base tonight. Freese on the opposite corner. Mercer and Harris in the Keystone combination. Marte, McCutcheon, and Polanco in the outfield. Francisco Cervelli doing the catching for the Pirates tonight.
And don't forget about D. Gordon at second base, although you see Jordy Mercer right up and back. So the left-hand batter gives the Pirates a little help in keeping track of D. Gordon.
Nice easy path to throw to third. Christian Yelich hitting at .313. One of the better young players in baseball. We don't hear a lot about him, but he's only 24.
Saw him play very well down in Miami when we were down there playing the Marlins. Nicely done by Garrett. After the slow curve, another off-speed delivery, and you look at the package, and of course you want him to be a 4-pitch pitcher with a fastball that moves, fastball that rises, the curveball, the slider. So he takes a little bit off that curveball every once in a while. Throws it 82 miles an hour, which he did here.
And Yelich, who runs pretty well, able to beat that out.
Well, the game plan for the Marlins, hit the ball back toward Cole.
They have 2 base hits off the pitcher today.
They get the ball in on the hands, and it just is enough to bounce away from Garrett, and then his speed does the rest. Garrett has had the glove on the ball twice. And we know Garrett Cole. He gets frustrated when he doesn't pitch well, or things don't go particularly well with his pitching, and it's frustrating. And you love the fact that he has those high standards, but they have to be controlled.
No Stanton in the lineup, but Marcell Ozuna. It's no Peach. 281, 22 home runs.
And Real Muto in the on-deck circle is hitting over 300. So those are the top 5 that I consider the more legitimate threats, if you will.
You know who's been a big influence? Barry Bonds. When he says something, you're probably going to listen as a hitter, right?
Well, Barry forces you to listen.
Could be 2. There's 1, 2.
That cleans it up.
They get 4 ground balls, and Garrett Cole otherwise a tidy first. In this inning as the Pirates RAV for lineup for tonight with Harrison, Marte, and McCutchen atop the order. Polanco cleaning up. Freeze and Gung at the corners. Then Cervelli, Mercer, and Garrett Cole.
Working against right-hander Tom Kohler. Has done a good job for the Marlins. 9-8, ERA under 4. Start number 25, and his last 5 starts, he's 3-0 with an ERA of 1.36. So we talked so much about the importance of this game for Garrett Cole. How about for Kohler, who has really put up better numbers recently than our starter? So we'll see what he has to offer. Got off to a really difficult start this year, but has cleaned it up very nicely. And he's on a pretty good run, so you can't take him lightly.
Cole and Cervelli talking about that first inning. We got 4 weak ground balls. Well, no, I should say 3.
One smoked.
And 1 smoked.
but the ball never got out of the infield.
4 in the infield.
Yeah, nothing out of the infield.
Josh Harris, a 273 hitter. Does not walk a lot, which is kind of funny how the Pirates structured the leadoff position to start the year, emphasizing on base. Harrison has done that by getting hits. That's how he gets on base. But now there's speed atop the order, which is more conventional.
Josh a little bit behind on that 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Kohler not known to be a blazer. 133 innings, 107 strikeouts. But he's been very good recently. You see the movement on the fastball there. 93 with some movement down and in. 30 years old, out of the Bronx. 6'3", 230. 18th round draft choice back in 2008. And there's the slider. You see the contrast there. The sinker down and in, and then the slider out away. It's called pitching.
Look at our Allegheny Health Network Supermo.
That's the real good slider. You see it's got some speed. Not as big a break as the traditional curve.
Well, guys like Kohler, you know, the Marlins don't have a lot of name starting pitchers besides Jose Fernandez, who the Reds beat the Marlins yesterday, and Fernandez got the start. He will not start in this series.
That's good. It's okay.
If the Marlins are going to make the postseason, guys like Tom Kohler have to pitch very well, and so far he has lately.
He, like Garrett Cole, keeps the ball in the ballpark pretty well. 24 starts, 11 home runs, but Cole has been phenomenal this year, only giving up 3.
Jose Fernandez already over 200 strikeouts.
That is a talent. That is a serious talent.
How about the, you know, we talk about some of the maybe bad luck the Pirates had earlier on this season or what have you. You know, they missed Bumgarner and Cueto in the San Francisco series. They don't get Fernandez here in this series. They had that stretch where they went 6-20. They faced like every Cy Young pitcher. It's a base hit for Harrison. Jay Hay aboard to start things.
Okay, so we trade leadoff batters getting on base. There's a breakdown of what we're talking about. His last 3 outings: 6 innings, 7 innings, 6 innings.
Not as eye-popping as Fernandez, but very effective.
Because they're wins. that brings up the stats enormously.
Starling Marte at 312.
You talk about some speed at the top of the lineup. Check the Buccos out. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, it's just not you know, 1 guy, 2 guys. Harrison's a threat to run. Marte, McCutchen showing that he now is more willing to run again. He's also getting on base quite a bit lately. That's helped.
You guys are on the road. Just a good feel around baseball people you talk to around the city of Pittsburgh when he starts making the plays like he did, maybe when he starts hitting the ball. Everybody got very excited. A good vibe around the Bucks and Andrew McCutchen. we root for him. We're used to having him excel, and what he did on the trip just got everybody revved again, and anxious to see him back home.
One of the game's great players, and this year obviously has not played like it, but lately you feel like close to that. Foul tip. Harrison thrown out with Gordon covering.
And Josh wants them to look at it.
He's only been thrown out twice all year. Real Muto maybe a tick above average in terms of thrown out base runners. Ooh.
And we might have a similar call that we saw, I think, in one of the San Francisco games where Josh felt like he got a hand in, and it might have been the glove hand in.
I think that's worth challenging. Let's see what Pirates say. Yep, they're going to challenge it.
We saw this on the trip. He got that hand in underneath, and then the glove comes up around the rib cage area below where the hand is making contact at second base. So here we go.
You get a couple of, maybe an extra inch with that oven mitt, don't you?
If that's the case, you got to get a whole false sleeve like they do in those magic shows.
Is that how that happens?
I've heard.
Oh, no.
Insider information.
So the Pirates are challenging whether Harrison stole second base. It's a big swing here.
And every time they show it up on the big board, the fans here, and there's a bunch of them here on Friday night, are loving it.
Great look.
Wow, he does get it over on the arm more so than on the rib cage. So who knows? D. Gordon can probably tell him, listen, I know about base stealing. I know that you were one way or the other.
They may share that within themselves, but we'll see what comes down from New York. Looked like he was in. There he's in, and there's the tag. Yep, he's in. That's where you heard the crowd reacting to it. Now let's see if the folks in New York can agree. The longer this goes on, it worries me a little bit that they're not seeing what we're seeing.
Well, they saw the tag up on the arm. We saw the knitted hand come in. But you're sure that he's safe?
I feel like it's pretty clear.
Well, let him. I want them to call you then.
And there we go again.
Maybe not enough evidence to, obviously not enough evidence to overturn.
Call stands, and that's very surprising to me. Intact, but they didn't see it that way. The umpires, who are very well trained at their jobs at New York. That's a big swing. Not only are the bases clear, and now there's 2 outs once Marte's thrown out here. You have a potential rally forming. That's now out, but also the Pirates are out of challenges, and they challenged in the first inning of the game on Wednesday.
Josh cannot believe that.
It's because he was safe. That's why I can't believe it.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
That was our reaction, but it's not a perfect process. So now 2 outs and the base is clear for McCutcheon.
Rivers Casino tips to win. Cutch going fishing. Let's see what he can do against the Marlins and maintain the defense. Keep playing the good, solid defense. And we saw pieces, bits and pieces of it in the top of the first of that double play.
Ends up being a rather quiet inning for Kohler. Through 1, no score. Great phrase from Greg Brown. That's Aaron Stubner, his barber. Behind every great man, there's a great barber, right? So
Yeah, and one of the real highlights of the trip was me seeing Greg Brown basically topless, promoting that T-shirt.
we had a lot of fun with that.
I was dozing away, and I saw Greg rip that shirt off and go macho, and it kept me alert and awake for the rest of the and scared and frightened that I would see it again.
We tried to show it to you as much as possible. Aaron over at the. Oh, they know what we're talking about.
It was a thrill. It was a thrill, and I've been doing this a long time. It was a little emotional, to be quite honest.
Real Muto with a base hit. Yeah, Aaron Stubner, the barber of Greg Brown, came up with that phrase.
So many people I saw the next day after that said, more, Greg, more. Show us more.
Well, there they are on Instagram. And yeah, he came up with the phrase. He texted them one night. They were partying, watching the game here, and Pirates were out on the West Coast. He said, hey, why don't you give this one a try? And sure enough, of course, it's one of the best phrases he's got.
Well, Greg has always been well coiffed.
I don't know.
I wonder, that is his own hair,
like.
isn't it? You know,
I can't verify
you and I
that.
can ask that question.
Yeah.
Is it
we
legit?
know ours is real.
Yeah. Both of them.
I think so. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a tug one time and see. He might get a second double play.
We're talking about defense here.
Yes.
Pitch to win.
Double your pleasure, double your fun.
I'll tell you, it's been a big night and a busy night for Garrett Cole. The ball coming at him.
That's what the third one that's come right at him tonight.
Third time's the charm. The ball went away from his glove the first two times, but this was easy. Pitch and catch. Pitch, catch, pitch, catch, pitch.
Yeah, Xavier Scruggs just called up today.
And catch.
And another guy that the Marlins have brought back from the past, Robert Andino, if you remember that name.
Yeah, he was part of the Pirate entourage.
Yes.
For a while, brief time, part of the organization.
Another snare.
It's a night of defense down the right field line. She just made the play. Pretty good jump on the ball, and well,
Heidi Frankwitz right there.
Little ice cream cone a bit, but she held on.
Susie Cool, part of our crew. When she's not doing that. Nice job, Heidi. Good start. Andino, yeah, a high draft pick with the Marlins. I want to say 13 years ago, I think it was now. Come back from the independent leagues. The Marlins just trying to, 14 years ago, beg your pardon. Trying to fill in with some injuries right now. Don Mattingly's just trying to piecemeal some spots together. No Ichiro in there tonight. It's caught on a line.
Leather.
Garrett Cole off to a good start tonight. Keeping everything in the infield. Keeping the Marlins off the scoreboard.
Health Network, health for all. And by Day Automotive, we're gonna make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Let's take a swim. Maybe a swim move there by Harrison. Could have gotten him safe on that caught stealing. I think he was safe though.
Yeah, take a swim, take a chance.
But replay said otherwise. So Gregory Polanco. Then Freese and Gung here in the Pirates' second. Sort of a 6-game homestand. These Marlins in for this big weekend series. Then the Houston Astros come to town. Polanco, a great couple of games on that trip. The 4 RBIs against the Giants on Monday. Big 2-run home run. Drove in a couple runs without the aid of a hit on Tuesday against the Giants.
Take me out to the ball game, the Bucko ball game.
Probably a first timer.
Yeah, and happy to be here. And looking quite sporty with that Bucko shirt.
That is nice.
So much fun to watch the games out on the West Coast. There's something about going out to California with your East Coast ball club and seeing the Dodger Stadium, San Francisco. It's still kind of there's a mystique about it.
Games are on late.
Yep. And to see Vin Scully, you're going to see him. Well, that was the last time to see him, and we've all been big fans over the years. Just an icon, and maybe the best ever.
Let's take a look at what David Freese did here in last inning.
Reaction play. You know, the hot corner can be at first too, not just third base.
Sometimes you see that ball skip underneath the glove and one big mess of trouble. But Freese has looked very confident over there at first base. Remember, he had almost no experience over there, and has just fit right in.
Just to go back to Vince Scully, did you have a chance to personally say goodbye and that sort of thing?
Yeah, it was nice to. A lot of the Pirates were able to do that. And
Garrett Cole was up, I guess. I heard you guys talking about him being up to say. And you've had experience with Vin before doing pre and post
working
out
with
there.
the Dodgers, yeah. Getting to see him on a daily basis when the Dodgers were at home.
Had to be a treat.
He's one of the best, obviously, and one of the best broadcasters, if not the best, and one of the greatest people that you'll ever meet, too. And that's the best part about it. Can't believe he's hanging it up already.
Just at 88?
You don't want him to
88.
ever go away, though. That's, you know, that's the problem.
Still neat to catch him on highlight shows, calling various plays.
Freese almost beats that out. Well, both pitchers kept the ball pretty much in the infield environs.
Like Eddie Feigner, king in his court. Sometimes pitch those exhibition softball games with himself, a catcher, and a first baseman.
And he'd win a lot of those games, would he? Almost all of them, right?
He won every one that he wanted to.
Jung-Ho
Gung coming out of his semi-miseries and just so good to see.
Last 5 games, he's had 3 homers. He's gotten on base more than half the time.
Just, it's such a good look when you see him with his timing when he lifts that front leg and just has the right timing and just has everything going into the impact of the ball on the bat. Bat on the ball.
When we look at what's happened since the trade deadline, the Pirates are 10-5. Their ERA is the second best in the National League. But the offense has also come back because the guys who are kind of slumping aren't slumping anymore. They're doing kind of what you were hoping that they would do.
Yeah, you're starting to go on all cylinders. That good defense you're talking about, pitching, some hitting. It's the name of the game. And by the way, the background on this series, the Pirates are 11-1 the last 12 games they played against the Miami Marlins here in this ballpark. So again, no guarantees, but you're looking at a potential fish fry.
It's a Friday fish fry. Good call. Try to keep that going. You know the Marlins know that. All the guys that have been here over those last few years. Not underneath it.
Didn't miss it by much. A lot of hang time.
1-2-3 inning for Tom Kohler and the Marlins. We'll take a 0-0 game into the third.
While the Bucks and Marlins do battle here inside PNC Park, I'm Robbie Mikowski. Well, earlier today here at the ballpark, we seen something that we haven't seen in about 9 years here at PNC Park, and that is Barry Bonds digging into a batter's box. Now, he's facing A.J. Ramos, who's throwing his sim game as Ramos is on the disabled list. Now, Barry borrowed reliever Mike Dunn's helmet, and he didn't take any swings. But could you imagine this conversation right now? What Barry Bonds is telling A.J. Ramos? Man, if I could just take one swing, that ball might be swimming somewhere along the Gateway Clipper, right, Joe?
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
That would have been interesting, that bat in this ballpark.
Can you imagine seeing that here for 81 games a year?
Yeah.
Had to play here toward the tail end of his career with the Giants.
Yep. But on a regular basis. Let's just put maybe him and Willie Stargell in the same lineup.
No. Stargell would have been.
And we're happy with what we got.
Yeah.
We're really happy with what we got, but that would have been interesting.
Well, these are legends. These are the legends. Okay. That's what Barry Bonds did. We know about the home runs, the MVP awards, the Gold Gloves, getting on base, 444, slugged 600. I mean, these are numbers that would be great individual seasons. He did that an entire career. I'll tell you what, I think he's mellowed a bit now that he's had time to separate his playing career now and beginning his coaching career. Talking with him in a group down in Miami. Talking really fondly about his time in Pittsburgh, and apologetic too that he wasn't always the nicest guy. You know, but very fond of that 1990 group that really started to rise up. And
good baseball teams.
Yeah.
That he played on. Garrett Cole could have gotten that last call.
Just sneaking through Rojas. The Marlins have had a leadoff single in every inning.
And that'll give Tom Kohler the opportunity to try to move him to second base. just out of the reach of Jordy Mercer. It's way downstairs. Just got right. Boy, they're hitting the ball back toward Garrett Cole so far, a lot.
I like all those ground balls. A couple of line drives, ground balls. Kohler down a strike.
See Jung Ho Kang just in on top of Tom Kohler. They're just correctly selling out that he's going to be bunting all the way, or at least 2/3 of the way. Probably all the way.
It's been called for a balk. Paul Nart says a balk.
Did he say he started and stopped?
He stopped your hands. Well, that's going to get Cole a little fired up.
First balk that's been called on Garrett. I don't know if that's the first one of his career, but first one this year.
Yep. It is.
Boy, that is so picky.
Second balk of his career. Paul Nart.
And there's really nothing you can do. They call it. I've had umpires say, "What did I do? You balked." How do you argue that?
Well, he was trying to describe it. Paul Nart, the 18th year umpire.
That was such a minor move.
And that's a fair ball. Kohler didn't run. Kohler still didn't run. And Cole doesn't throw on to first. And Kohler's. Well, now he's signaled to be out. Did he run out of the baseline?
This is a bizarre start to this baseball game.
Well. Now Don Mattingly's coming out. Do they signal Kohler for giving up the attempt?
Interference with the catcher. Yeah, you can see now in the right-hand portion of your screen, put the arm up right away. There's the bounce. But what you're not seeing in that particular shot, and boy, Garrett can hardly contain himself right now. Kohler's right there intruding on Cervelli. Nauert has the arm up, and so that out is done. But somehow, some way, there's a runner at second base.
Kohler out on interference. Interference is a violation by the offense. So that's what they're calling him as he bumped in with Cervelli.
And if he's out of the way, that's a real disaster, because that ball went away and you'd have runners on at least first and second.
Put out to the catcher. Gordon trying to butt his way on. And a great play by Garrett Cole.
Terrific for a right-hander who follows through a little bit toward first base. Great reactions to get off there, and a strong, quick, accurate throw by Garrett. What a busy early part of his night he's having. I mean, that's a perfect bunt.
And a perfect play.
Yep, took a perfect play to get him. Exactly right.
You have to pick it up clean. You have to fire a strike. He did both. So Rojas to third.
Busy night for 45.
And Howe fielding his position almost every play. Martin Prado going into tonight third highest batting average in the league.
And looking at a perfect slider.
He rolled out sharply right at the bag at first. Cole's getting his cardio in.
Oh, yeah, busy night.
Ron Culpa does not agree that Prado win. Paying-umps thought so.
Another frustrating call for Garrett, thinking that he might have gotten that swing. So Garrett's keeping it together, and his emotions have been challenged.
There's the paying ups. Cole, a very eventful 32 pitches so far. Runner at third for the Marlins. Now 1-2 on Prado. 97 from Cole.
Nicely delivered after the breaking balls. Not a bad idea for Cervelli to just go out and have a moment with Garrett as we watch that ball with a good movement in off the plate. Just perfectly placed. If you want to chase that, you're not going to do much with it except maybe break your bat or at best pull it foul. Sometimes you'll see racers go out and with all this happening with Garrett and just have a moment to catch his breath. Cervelli wants it upstairs.
Well to right. Polanco can't get there, and the Marlins will start off on top. I don't know if he gets there, Steve, but he got a late break on it, and it was iced it for sure for Prado.
Fisher on the board. This pitch is way up out of the strike zone, almost off the look there. That's how high he went up to get that ball. Still gave it a pretty good ride. Nothing.
That balk moves Rojas to second. The sacrifice. And Gordon trying to get aboard. Now Yelich, who is no easy out. Many balls that Cole has had to try to field tonight. We'll look at our Barrel League leaders. Highest average with runners in scoring position. That's RISP. Since the All-Star break, Prado has had more hits than outs. Andrew McCutchen very high on that list as well. We expect to see guys like Turner and Murphy on that list, the way that they've hit. Good to see McCutchen back up on that list. Prado leads the league overall with runners in scoring position. Coming into tonight, 385. That's for all year. Now Cole behind 3-1. And he's walked Yelich. What had a chance to still be a relatively quick inning.
You can only imagine the frustration of Garrett. An overview of his season. He's going to be very disappointed with what he's done so far. Here comes Ray out to have a moment with him. And he's going out there and trying to get it right. And just a bizarre start to this ball game.
Don't let this unravel here. No big deal. Back-to-back two-out base runners. Paul Nart.
Serge might have a slight word with Paul Nart. It's very thin line when there are balks that are obvious, and there are balks that are kind of nitpicky.
Well, that's all in the past now.
If you drop the ball, you fall down, or you just do something really blatant. Yeah, I understand. The subtle ones.
Got to get Marcell Ozuna right here. Hit his 22nd home run last night. Cole got him to ground into an inning-ending double play back in the first.
very much behind that 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, if you can get out of this 1 run, you're at 40 pitches through 3 innings. Hey, that's fine.
Yeah, the big picture of the ball game is certainly not out of hand. Just a frustrating incident after frustrating incident for Garrett, and he's working hard to keep it together.
Oh, nice pitch.
Perfect delivery there to put the lid on this busy third.
With his first strikeout, and the Marlins have a 1-0 lead. Marlins 1, Pirates nothing. Bottom of the third coming up. And our day automotive this day in Pirates history back in '73. The Bucks beat the Giants 5-0. Jim Rooker with a complete game, 5-hit shutout, walked 1, struck out 5, and at the plate he had 3 hits. Part of the 13 hits for the Buccos that day. The gravedigger Richie Hebner with 3 hits. He homered. Al Oliver with a solo home run in that game.
Yeah, and Rook could hit. Jim Rooker was signed not as a pitcher, but as an outfielder when he signed in 1960. Good hitting, very good hitting pitcher.
We got some of those cannonballs that come in tonight. They're giving out those T-shirts.
By the way, you'll see Richie Hebner, the gravedigger that you talked about, coming in for our 45th reunion.
Is that right?
First weekend.
Oh, I look
September.
forward to meeting him.
Yep.
To clue you in, on the back of his baseball card, when I was growing up, it said that he had an off-season job of digging graves.
Well, he's moved up. He's driving the buggy now. He is. It's true.
Is that really true?
Yeah. Yeah.
I assume in the wintertime, digging graves in the north is probably.
Well, he was
to
always
do.
concerned about us getting in postseason play. He said, you know, you guys got to understand the ground's starting to freeze. You know, even now when he's driving the buggy, he says, I like to play some of these people's favorite songs, but I don't get many requests from the back.
Richie Hebner. There's a base hit for Cervelli.
He's carrying a pretty hot bat right now.
9-game hitting streak for Cervelli. Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
song.
there you go, right on time.
3-hour
Right
drive.
on
And
cue.
1 hit so far for Cervelli.
That's Amore, that contact right there. And let's have Samore from Jordy Mercer.
Great look on our Allegheny Health Network Super Mode.
That's rock solid. Samore, Amore.
Cervelli really turning it on since the All-Star break, hitting at .358 now. Mercer overall 266. Hit a couple of home runs in LA on that trip. Pirates got the leadoff man on in the first. Charlie singling here in the third. Trying to get something going against Kohler, who has been hot.
I wonder if he's any relation to the Kohler people that do a lot of manufacturing of a lot of different things.
We'll have to ask Tom.
The Kohler name, yeah. Or how about the Kohler collar, Kohler beer? I don't know if they still make it up in Erie or not, but they did for a long time. Kohler
might be a beer error.
Yeah, the manufacturing people spell it a little differently, but the beer people don't. I know that. Research.
12 ounces at a time. There we go. I like that.
Wow.
Nice shine.
A lot of
Glitter.
things covered with those neon signs. Good stuff.
Double bump. Slowly rolled. And they still get 2 out of the deal. Wow. Another quieting double play ball from Kohler.
They take the bunt away from Garrett Cole, and they're talking about the balk right now. They're talking about the balk, and Garrett's showing a lot of composure, as he did when he came off the field after the strikeout to end of the top of the third. And you look for reaction. Did throw his glove. He looked like he's under control, and it's a small thing, but it's a positive thing for Garrett. Hopefully he's seen all the bizarre things. He's not real happy now, but he comes in, doesn't do anything crazy. Starts talking to Francisco, as you might expect after an inning. So it's a good sign. And that's even a better sign.
There's your answer. Get the inning going with a base hit. Cleaving the bat in the process.
Kohler leaves it up, kind of over the plate. Actually, not a terrible pitch, and Garrett turns it back around. Almost picks off a third baseman in the process.
Well, he doesn't need a jacket.
Don't need no stinking jacket.
It was 83 at game time here in San Francisco. It was much cooler than that for Jameson Taillon.
Yeah, did he ever figure out how to put that jacket on? I mean, that was a project.
Yeah, the zipper got stuck.
Sure, that's the old zipper got stuck trick. Sure.
And he went to a hoodie later on.
There's so many
zipper.
things you have to learn when you get to the big leagues. One is how to put your jacket on.
We'll get the force. So the Pirates with 2 hits in the inning, but don't threaten, and the Marlins take a 1-0 lead as we go to the 4th.
all-wheel drive RAV hybrid has performance that will make you rethink hybrid. Let's go Bucks!
Marlins have a 1-0 lead over Garrett Cole and the Pirates. Those first 3 innings for Garrett Cole, he has been magnetic.
He's been very busy and lucky there that he didn't really get hurt. That didn't work out all that well. This one didn't work out all that well. This one worked out very well. Good, strong, accurate throw to Jordy.
It's got to tire him out a little bit of all this activity.
And this got really busy. And then this was really magnificent. This was a great baseball play.
And just to add to it, he singled last inning, so the inning on the bases as well. Does that take extra energy out of you, all that stuff?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
On a warm night?
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to be that busy. You want to just do your pitching and do your job. You know, you don't get anything for overtime.
He has worked a lot of it. Still only at 40 pitches through 3 innings, but an active 40 pitches. And those were just the highlights. There have been a few more balls that shot through.
Happy birthday! Yeah.
Maury Sable, 93 years old. Happy birthday, Maury.
Yeah.
That's your own Louisville Slugger. Happy birthday. Louisville Slugger cane. There aren't many of those made, I got to believe.
Just the Lorenzo model.
Yep.
We'll probably make a mat as well.
Speaking of birthdays, Eleanor Swadlow from Moon Township catching up on a mailbag, August 11th. Birthday to Eleanor. I got a long list of mailbag filled up while you guys were away.
I don't get a lot of mail.
I'll write you something.
Muto able to beat it out. And the Marlins have had a leadoff single every inning on a lot of just squibbers and balls that sneak through.
And I'll tell you, Real Muto does not have great speed. That play took a long time as Jung Ho came in and made this closer than I thought it was going to be. It looked like an easy base hit, but well, Muto finally lugged it out down to first base.
Yeah, he's a better than average running catcher, but still, that ball was hit so slowly. It
looked like it was going to be easier.
I thought so too. Here's Xavier Scruggs, briefly up with the Cardinals last couple of Septembers. He's called back up today.
Having a good year at AAA, 290, 21 home runs.
He's hit for a lot of power in the minors. Very little big league experience for the 28-year-old. Got him to ground into a comeback or double play last time around. Now I'll get to work with Barry Bonds. Scruggs hit a home run.
Barry looks like he's in pretty good shape, really.
He's become an avid cycler.
And a runner when they're down there. They said he's running so many miles a day.
Bikes long distances. And he and Ozuna, that's Marcell Ozuna to his left, that they've become very close. And Ozuna's results have prospered.
Good breaking ball, bending in there. Right there.
Good pitch.
Bottom part of the zone. Right on the edge of the window pane.
And a little more sharpness on that slider tonight.
Talking about all the right-hand batters after what the top of the batting order, after the top of the batting order. But Be interesting to see how Garrett works the breaking ball against the righties.
That's a great point, Steve. You pointed that out to me before we got started tonight. And now the lefties have been giving Cole trouble, so it's nice to see a right-handed base lineup.
Tried to get him to chase that breaking ball downstairs. Makes the count for 2-2.
Robert Andino.
Well, Garrett's in the part of the batting order he wants to be in. He's able to dominate. When he's right, he's able to dominate these situations.
Time was called, and Cole didn't want to divulge his pitch.
He's keeping a straight face, but another little thing that I've been through this that can set you off when you get on these kind of rolls.
He's been tested quite a bit.
Yes, he has. Good way to put it. Now Cervelli takes a shot. Straighten that mask.
It absorbs so much of that.
That'll test your feelings. You want to keep track of what the dentist is on your speed dial.
Mm. 98 and just missed.
It's one of those nights, Garrett.
Where was it?
So close.
The right call.
Yeah, okay, if you can read lips.
Oh, heck. There goes Real Muto. That's ball 4. Cole has walked a pair. Now the Marlins have 2 men on and nobody out. Even though Scruggs has those good power numbers down in the minors, still don't want to.
That could have been a strike. That could have been a caught stealing, and everything is cleaned up.
That's a huge difference. Instead of 2 outs and no men on, 2 men on and nobody out. Wow.
It's just.
And Nart called a similar pitch. That 1-0 pitch was on the other side of the plate, was actually further off the plate. He called a strike.
This whole direction has got to turn our way a little bit.
Well, if everything's going against you and it's 1-0.
Yeah.
But here's Andino. Not played in the major leagues in 3 years prior to Sunday. As Steve mentioned, in the Pirates system for the tail end of the 13th season, and in Indy all the 14.
Nice delivery by Garrett there, right? Knee-high fastball.
And a base hit. Real Muto softly waved home. He's going to get a country mark.
Thank you very much, Lenny Harris. Looked like initially he got held up. Wow. Well, I told you it has to go the way of the Pirates. It can't go the way of the Marlins all night. Lined out quickly to Marte. Lenny Harris
on the left.
No, he never did hold him up. Sorry,
but it was a very soft wave. He kind of did it late.
Well, Francisco Cervelli has plenty of time to do all the correct things at home plate that you shouldn't have to worry about. Gets the ball and then goes in and blocks.
Marte with his 15th outfield assist, and Don Mattingly.
Now, Nart wants to check with his third base coach, crew chief Jerry Meals. Third base umpire. A little rusty.
Jerry Meals down there, the crew chief.
Can't stop thinking about Lenny Harris.
Well, it was a late wave, and it wasn't a very demonstrative wave. And Real Muto actually runs decently, at worst, an average runner. Probably would have scored or at least made it a bang-bang play at the plate, but Real Muto started to ease up into third base because Harris didn't wave him until late. So the Pirates do catch a break, Steve, but now as Cervelli was knocked off the plate with that kind of bump by his fellow catcher Real Muto, the runners were able to move up.
And now you've still got a situation with one out and 2 men on.
So you don't see him really cutting the bag hard.
Now Cervelli is hurt.
That get him on the backswing? I'm not sure.
He's signaling into the dugout to stay there, that he's going to be all right.
Yep, right in
on the hand. The backswing got him on the hand.
They got him on the shoulder too first. Oh boy. Rojas with that wild cut.
Meanwhile, it's still a tough situation, but you got the number 8 man up there. Get on the other side of Rojas, and then you can deal with the pitcher. So this can be saved, courtesy of the Marlins. But you still got to do it. Get on the other side of Rojas.
Field halfway. 2 strikes. Scruggs does not run well at third, and you know, I can't really gauge how good of a runner he is yet, but average at best.
Now, Garrett's in control here, 0-2. Going to get him to chase, so Cervelli has to be on his toes with the runner at third base. But this could be a key pitch right here.
Is that a big strikeout? Got the pitcher next, right?
Yep. So we're talking about Cervelli's got to be on his toes, and you've got a couple pitches to play with. There's one of them. Textbook stuff for Francisco. Get every part of your body down in front of that ball you can.
You don't think about it very much because he almost always does it very well. And he strikes him out. 98 from Garrett Cole.
Yeah. You know, we're talking about it, but Garrett's the one that has a sense. Hey, if I can get on the other side of this guy, I got the pitcher. I'm almost home and leaving this mess with nobody scoring. Get him to chase. That's what happens when you get out in front 0-2. Yeah, you didn't do it with a curveball, but the next pitch, you did get him to chase. A big circle around that. That might be something you want to come back to when the Pirates win this ball game.
Calling a ball.
And just on the outer part of the strike zone, if you will, that we have a chance to look at.
Kohler, an .089 career hitter.
There it is on the WB Mason chart. Got 10 hits this year. And this is where a guy like Garrett Cole goes to the whip. I mean, he's got the stuff where he can strike people out. And they talk about not being afraid of the bat. You want to put the ball in play? No, don't put the ball in play. When they swing and miss, they can't hurt you very much.
And Cole surviving single walk single to start the inning so far.
There it is, right on the bottom of the strike zone. That's a perfecto. Now he's
Kohler
in
can
control.
beat you with that pitch, right? Typical
No, yeah, but he can't.
Yeah, right. Maybe if it was Jose Fernandez batting, you know, maybe a very good hitting pitcher, maybe. But Cole's got the upper hand. Nicely done. Cole with a couple of strikeouts, stranding the runners in scoring position, and Starling Marte throwing out Real Muto at the plate. Thank you, Rob King. Back in our studios, and here the Marlins with a 1-0 lead. 7 singles from Miami. And you can follow Pirates Baseball live with the MLB.com at-bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day, live game video highlights, StatCast. There's news and more. Download MLB.com at-bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone or tablet.
And it's getting to the point of the year where you want to keep track of everything. So keep track of everything with what you talked about. You can
check the scores.
Oh, yeah, and 6 weeks to go. A lot of people involved, a lot of information to dissect.
Okay,
a lot of action.
What are the Cardinals doing?
Yeah. It's going to be fun. By the way, I want to send out best wishes to Chucky Sorelli. He used to work in the Pirate Clubhouse when I was playing. He's an assistant to John Hallahan-Hooley, and he's under the weather. And Chucky, thinking about you. Good friend. Sweet Chaz, Chucky Sorelli.
Well, those guys all take care of the players so well, and no matter if it's today or yesterday. So Starling Marte, a strikeout victim back in the first. Otto playing in at third. Pirates have managed 3 singles. Neither club has had an extra base hit so far. Both Cole and Kohler have been good and gooder. Marte's got just too good a speed. It's his specialty, and for Marte, yet another infield hit. His 22nd.
Do you see the pendulum going a little bit back toward the Pirates now? Perhaps what's going on is Garrett Cole got out of a jam, and then Marte, they're never going to get him. That's a done deal once the ball is hit that gently. Rojas comes in, but courtesy throw. Starling doing some good work here.
Try to turn that single into a double, right?
Also a good throw in. So we'll talk about that defense. Get to that in a bit.
41 steals for Marte. Let's look at some Point Park tweets. This is about his throw that got Real Muto at the plate.
You don't run. That's Marte.
Calling the Marlins silly. Well, I don't know if it was silly for him to run per se, but
kind of was. I mean, when you're out by 20 feet.
Well, the result was, but seeing Lenny Harris not wave him right away, then it was silly to try to go from there, because he was out by a mile.
So Starling still on top of the list for outfield assists.
15, one shy of where he was at last year already. He led the league a year ago. Assists going to put out his maid, right? Start with the ball. And there are the leaders. Ender Inciarte of Atlanta trailing him. And everybody else back in the pack.
Modest lead at this point.
McCutchen continuing to be more selective at the plate. Since that Atlanta series, only Freddie Freeman and Paul Goldschmidt have drawn more walks in all of baseball than McCutchen.
It's a neat look at Andrew from a different perspective.
Just underneath it.
You know, it was so much fun to watch Andrew on the road trip swinging the bat, but some of those plays he made.
It's the energy.
Yeah, it's so exciting to see those kind of plays made by your guys.
Running the bases more in the outfield. One catch that saved 2 runs in that game Monday. Probably the ball game. Yeah, that's what superstars do. And he's looking more and more like the superstar Andrew McCutchen. Van Hertel has talked about how important, not just with McCutchen, but everybody doing what they're capable of, returning to form. And here, when the games matter the most, or at least feel like they do, Pirates are starting to play that way. Tom Kohler has had him buttoned up so far. Remember, the Pirates were quieted by Matt Cain through the first 4 innings on Wednesday, and then they erupted for that 6-run fifth.
Whatever they did to him put him back on the disabled list.
Still on the DL.
We put Kershaw on the DL, and then we put Matt Cain on the DL. Keep an eye on Marte at first base. Again, not a huge lead.
I'm surprised he's not getting a bigger lead, but Kohler's been doing a good job holding him on.
Yeah, we've got to solve Tom Kohler here too, in the midst of everything.
Polanco very dangerous with those 17 home runs. There goes Marte, and a base hit through the hole. The throw comes to third. He is out.
What a throw by Ozuna. What a throw, right on the money. It had to be perfect. Had to be perfect. Marte on the move. The ball perfectly bounced through the hole. Thought we had an automatic first and third.
But watch what the shortstop covering second, Miguel Rojas. And we see that angle. I'll show you in a moment.
They decoy him?
They decoyed him. And that's what
might have made the difference if that's the case.
He slowed around second.
That throw comes in beautifully. And all he has to do is put the glove on the runner. Yeah, I was watching the flight of the throw and didn't pay any attention. But if he did that, well, that's a big item.
So the Marlins giveth, and then the Marlins taketh away. See, slowing up right there. And that was because of Rojas pretending to be able to take that throw. Marte, if he turns that back, he's not out. There's no way. Credit Rojas. Deep to center. And there it goes! David Freese puts the Pirates on top. And right after getting a runner thrown out, David Freese unloads.
There it is. David Freese goes to right field and right center field as good as anybody you're going to see, and that is the go zone in this ballpark. Right center field, and goes down and gets a good-looking breaking ball, but gets a lot of it. Kohler's trying to bring it back, but it ain't coming back. All gone.
12th home run for David Freese. Big shot.
Goes down, gets under the curveball, and gets a lot of it.
Everything going to right center and to right field. That close stance.
You can see Yelich going back, and then he can't go back any further. Josh Harrison saying, I'm liking that.
Well, you could be deflated after a runner being thrown out, and really the first opportunity for the Pirates tonight to have a runner in scoring position. Instead, Freese solves that. We're seeing a lot of that.
So they do solve Tom Kohler here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Cannonball coming t-shirts tonight. They're getting what they want thanks to David Freese.
And thanks to Greg Brown, really, for the t-shirts and writing the script.
Thank goodness Greg made those in his basement. I don't know how he did. He's got that screen printer down there and working for the last few months to make all those T-shirts. Oh, a deep freeze. In August? Yes. How about that signing during spring training?
We'll cool off a hot night.
Will end the frame, but not before David Freese gives the Pirates their first lead of the night. A soaring blast. Pirates up 2-1.
By the Chevy Traverse and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Barrel. We'll beat anybody's price. Find out more at barrel.com. Let's go Bucks!
Pirates 2, Marlins 1, thanks to David Freese's 12th home run.
Let's go Bucks. So glad that Greg Brown actually begged Pirate management. They didn't want him to do that with that shirt. They didn't want him to model that T-shirt, but he insisted, and look how it works out. That's great. I mean, Greg's willing to do anything for the organization.
Well, he's the face guy. Well, let's be honest.
The face of the organization.
Yeah, we're a motley crew up here. Greg's our.
Well, I think he designed it too. I think he designed the shirt.
Greg Brown does it all. D. Gordon, 1 out of 2 tonight. Trying to bunt his way on last time.
Yep, you would like to keep that speed off the base pass in a one-run game or any time.
Let off the ballgame with a base hit. The Marlins have had singles to lead off every inning against Garrett Cole.
And only 1 inning has he faced just 3 batters. That was in the second with the help of a double play.
Dunn trying to guard against the bunt. I like when D. Gordon hits it in the air, especially out to left there. Cole, you look at the line, you see 7 hits, and you go, oh my goodness, it's a carryover from the last outing where he'll had a career high 12 hits. It's caught on a line, but he has pitched, in my opinion, I think he's pitched pretty well tonight. Get a lot of soft ground balls that have snuck through or clanged off of something or someone.
He's worked hard, especially last inning when the first 3 batters reached base, nobody out.
Finally, something going my way.
Yeah. Well, things have turned since that back-to-back strikeout situation in the top of the 4th. Cleaned everything up in that inning and certainly sent things their way. And then the Freese home run. Now a line drive hit at somebody.
pendulum definitely swinging. Those final 3 outs of the 4th.
Yeah, you take a look at Garrett's last 3 starts. So we're talking about being 1 and 2, a total of 15 innings, 22 hits. That's not his game. And what does that tell you? He's missing his spots. Yeah, but he's probably elevating the ball more than he'd like to. He's been downstairs a good bit tonight. Continues there.
Ball up. That first pitch. Prado's the one who drove in the Marlins run. Freese's home run, the only extra base hit for either team tonight, and a big one.
Professional, the face of a professional baseball player, and he'll take that backup breaking ball that is not designed to be thrown inside. This is designed to be thrown outside, but the batter thinks that that's going to be a breaking ball that stays inside and just comes in. You usually throw those pitches against left-hand batters, and they'll give up thinking it's going to stay out there, but you can fool right-handers. They're not expecting curveballs to be called strikes on the inside part of the plate. It doesn't happen, and so you can get those situations where they just lock up and take them.
Christian Yelich, who has been on base both times.
Yeah, many times they'll talk about pitchers who throw breaking balls inside the right-hand guys with some power. Is like what, the dogs chasing cars? Not a good lifestyle. Pitchers want to throw breaking balls outside to right-hand power guys.
And no matter what you want to do to not do it, you can't help yourself. Cole very much in rhythm now. Just missed with that slider away at 90.
Well, Cole and Cervelli both wanted it, but it was a ball.
Pretty pleased.
Not by much, but it was a ball.
Two outs, base is clear. Oh, with that amped up velocity tonight, it's a warm night. He's had all that activity tonight. He's been very focused and determined looking.
Well, here's a young man that has pretty high standards for himself, which you love about him.
Still just 25 years old.
Thank you. You want to chase? Well, let's chase.
First 1, 2, 3 inning.
The strikeouts are coming.
5 for Garrett Cole. Inside Pirates Baseball. On this week's episode, Starling Marte brings a new sound to the clubhouse. Jameson Taillon's fearless approach has driven him to success. And much more coming up on Inside Pirates Baseball, presented by Allegheny Health Network, tomorrow after postgame, right here on Root Sports. On our UPMC scoreboard, another beautiful night here on the North Shore. 2-1 Pirates on a David Freese home run. And Garrett Cole starting to really get warmed up.
Heating up with the strikeouts.
Since that play at the plate where Marte threw out Real Muto, he has struck out 4 out of the 5 batters. He's retired them all.
Clicking into place.
He has pitched well all night, but a lot of dinks and dunks from the Marlins. 7 singles off him.
Good at bat for Francisco, first time up. Garrett will show you some reactions. He'll show you some emotions. Yeah, I'm here. I'm still out here. Dealing. Yeah, you want to talk about some high standards someone has for himself. That little reaction right after that strikeout will tell you pretty much all you need to know.
It feels like he's not really pitched like the way that he's capable of lately. You know, his ERA is 3.25. How many guys would want that, right? Well, Cole has pitched that way tonight. He's enjoying the lead. Cervelli extending his hitting streak to 9 games with that 3rd inning single, and has been hitting .440 during that hitting streak. This is the guy that's in the number 7 spot in the Pirates order. They're really hitting. Play by Prado. He said easy work on Cervelli.
And well, we have a moment, Joe. Just want to send out best wishes to a real good Pirate fan. Had the chance to spend some time up above Pittsburgh. Spoke to some fans, and Brian Palco, 50 years he has been rooting for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And who was his team before the Pirates?
The Pittsburgh Trolley Dodgers, or whatever they were. 50 years rooting for the Bucks. Yep.
Who else would you root for? Jordy Mercer bounced into a double play back in the 3rd. 2-1 Pirates here in the 5th.
And just to finish off my laundry list of birthdays, 3 members of the Ryan family. Lisa on the 7th, Richie on the 17th, and Rich on the 16th. Happy birthday to all those Ryans. There.
You're a good man, Steve.
Well, been around too long. It's more like it.
You have a lot of friends.
I do. A lot of Pirate friends, and wish them all happy birthdays and thank them for rooting for their Buccos.
Kohler has fallen behind 3-1 on both hitters now.
A selfie with a pierogi doesn't get much better with a Pirate shirt on. But he doesn't have the Cannonball Coming t-shirt on.
Special giveaway tonight. Mercer cracks this one to center. Yelich all the way to the wall. A long, loud second out. And more fireworks lighting up the late summer sky tomorrow night. Come on out here to the North Shore for a Saturday night block party before the game, featuring the Line and Cougar Bar out on Federal Street. And make sure you stick around for Zambelli fireworks after the game. Presented by Levin Furniture. Go to pirates.com. Get your tickets. Come on out tomorrow night.
The Z is back. There, he's got his good-looking Pirate shirt on. Looks like Dad's got his Jolly Roger shirt on. All is well at PNC Park. The Pirates are winning.
Garrett Cole's already got a base hit tonight. Did that sting you when the opposing pitcher got a hit?
Oh yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Whoa. That's pretty fearsome.
That's a serious tap. Angry Pirate.
Some good design work right there.
I've seen that one before.
That ain't the 1950s logo.
I guess pirates get angry when they don't catch fish. There we are, the old bucko. They say that Frank Gifford posed for that bucko.
There you go. That's, you know, the 80s, early 90s version, right?
That's kind of a retro look.
A little bit meaner. The pirate has gotten
that's
meaner.
A happy pirate.
Yeah, the pirate's gotten meaner as the years have gone on. When you're 130 years old, you get a little angry. 2-1 Pirates. Really started the show on a Friday Night Rocks.
Yeah.
Semi-supervillains with the music, the Pirates with the lead.
Yep. David Freese rocked this ballpark, but still nothing to term. 2-1 ball game. Well, the river is getting a lot of action. A lot of hot weather where you were gone. Everybody out in the water.
Literally Friday Night Rocks for them.
Yep. Gently rocking.
Yes.
Johnny Mathis kind of rocking gently.
One pitch. One out.
You like that. Hot night. You've been working hard. Nice to have a little comfortable 1-2-3 inning. Set him down like that in the top of the 5th. 6 in a row for Garrett.
Ever since that play at the plate, boom, it just really locked in. 4 strikeouts since then, 5 overall tonight. Marte with his 15th outfield assist. And David Freese providing the offense. 2-out home run. And after Marte was thrown out on the bases, trying to go from first to third, kind of Get that deflated feeling. Man, could have had something big. That would have been the first runner in scoring position for the Pirates all night. And Freese quickly a 2-run homer. Real Muto 2 for 2. And was thrown out at the plate in that 4th inning.
Baseball games sometimes just plod along and everything, but every once in a while the electric things happen. The home run after a deflating play, the throw into home plate. Just I said, where'd that come from?
This one out there and deep and just out of here. A home run for Real Muto.
Just his 6th and just the 4th home run that Garrett Cole has given up all season. We told you it had been 55 innings, and he has added on to that until this home run in the 6th inning. That's that go zone in right center field again.
So 60 innings without allowing a home run, and that one just gets out of here. It's tied at 2. This guy wants to throw it out into the Allegheny.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. And a good arm, too. Sign him up. Sign him up.
When you hit one out at PNC, that's where that one goes. Splashdown. It's Greg Brown's night. Keep it going, guys. He's encouraging.
We got a floater. Solar River Patrol.
That one's just sneaking out of here. Are you kidding me? And Xavier Scruggs with his first hit in the major leagues since last season. This kid called up today. And talk about just out of here. Those Pirate fans real smart, keeping their hands back.
What's the exit speed on that throw, Joe?
Well, that was very high.
About probably 80 on the radar gun.
So on a night where we're honoring one of Greg Brown's best ideas, we just see another. Cannonball Coming t-shirts. Greg Brown has been pining for that to become a staple here for years. Right to Polanco. There's the second out. And Sunday matinee games are kids' days here at PNC Park. And the Pirates taking on these Marlins Sunday at 1:35. Get to the #1 Cochran Family Fun Zone out on Federal Street before the game and after the game. Kids run the bases. Compliments of the original pizza logs. Plus, all kids 14 and younger receive a special kids-only giveaway. So for tickets, go to pirates.com.
There have been a fun night tonight. Think of what it'll be like on Sunday.
A wild pitch will move Scruggs into second. 2-2 game in the 6th.
Back to the backs up, and now they have a man in scoring position, and things have settled back down. Brand new ball game, and makes sense to work around the #8 man here.
Pitch to the pitcher. Tom Kohler, who's a .089 career batter. Looks like they're going to complete this intentional walk. You never know. That happened on Tuesday night in the 9th inning. There was a missed sign. Ire Adrianza of the Giants got intentional ball 1 before he ended up popping out on the next pitch. Tony Watson got Denard Span on the next one. Pirates held on to a 1-run lead with 2 men on, and all's well that ends well. Clint Hurdle quipped that they were going to change the sign so that there would be no confusion. Johnson, who has performed nearly flawlessly. He's taken over the duties in the ninth.
Similar situation now to what we had in the fourth, where Garrett Cole has gotten to where he wants to be in terms of the matchup, working against Cole, his mound opponent.
Kohler has been called out on interference and has struck out swinging.
And the pitch that Garrett just delivered was the pitch that he chased for the third out in the fourth.
And that's a base hit.
They're going to send him again.
Scruggs is going to be out. Gregory Polanco throws out Scruggs to end the inning.
Keep sending him. Keep sending him, and we'll keep tagging him.
The 8th outfield assist for Polanco, and that keeps it tied at 2. Way because of some more gunslinging on the Pirates outfield.
Sliced into right field. It gets to Polanco quickly, and a terrific throw. And Cervelli once again has a chance to find the baseball, find out where he is in proximity to his legalities at home plate. Takes care of everything and makes a very, very standard tag.
And forces him to the outside. Scruggs not a very good runner, and I was surprised Lenny Harris was hesitant to send Real Muto in the 4th inning. Here Scruggs is not a very good runner, and he sends him with Gordon coming up next, and the Marlins fans,
all the Marlins fans,
those Marlins men not very happy.
And here's Kohler.
And hey, Lenny Harris is a very accomplished baseball player, and I'm sure he's a great third base coach, but I'm just scratching my head on his decisions tonight. Scruggs' first time that, hey, Lenny Harris has had Xavier Scruggs. He just got called up today, so he hasn't seen him. Maybe he doesn't know. I don't know.
Well, also, you got to factor in, when you get perfect throws, it looks like a terrible decision.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
There are not a lot of guys in the big picture thrown out at home plate. But,
that's a great point. It does, when you have guys like that with those great arms, but make those accurate throws too. That's a great point.
When you see the catcher waiting for the runner to come in, then
that's fair. Yeah, when they're out, it looks like a bad decision. When they're safe, it looks like a good decision, right?
Yeah. A lot of throws come in wide or short or weak throws, but we've got some pretty good arms on the corners there.
And And now back to the top of the order. Let's see if the Pirates can retake the lead.
Well, we said at the beginning of the game, Rivers Casino tips to win defense. We've seen a lot of leather being flashed by the Pirates tonight.
The Marlins have 10 hits, and the Pirates have had to do that. They've had to turn a couple double plays. They've had to make. Garrett Cole's made an extraordinary play tonight. David Freese with the home run, of course.
You saw Freese in the dugout before, kind of laughing. It is crazy good how these arms are. It's almost silly that the arms are that good.
Had him by that much. How do you do that?
Uh-oh.
But down the line.
Sorry, Joe.
We've seen him shoot a couple out that way, though.
Yeah. I should have kept my mouth shut.
I thought the same thing off the bat. Just didn't quite have the zip on it, but he has shot a couple right down that line before within the last month.
Well, I owe you one. You do play by play, don't you? I don't and shouldn't. Sorry about that.
We're a team. We split all the duties.
And all the profits.
There's profits?
You didn't know? There you go,
Bob
Gregory.
Walk didn't tell me there was profits. Oh. Polanco, that great play in right. Marlins have been thrown out twice at the plate tonight. Marte with an infield hit leading off the fourth. Garrett Cole has worked around trouble. This is, I think this is, you talk about he's struggled lately. This is not one of those nights. I think he's pitched a decent ball game. And you go, wow, he's given up 10 hits, Joe. You're crazy.
Well, he's struggled wonderfully. I mean,
that's a great way of putting it.
Yeah, he's pitched himself out of jams. He's kept it together. Working very hard tonight.
Well, he's 3 or 4 of those hits are infield singles.
But
oh, look at that.
Yeah, that worked. But you're right. You look up on the board, and Cole has given up 2 runs. He's pitched. The bottom line, he's pitched very well.
Yeah, he got 2 runs over 6 innings so far. Tom Kohler's pitched a pretty good ball game too.
Yes, he has.
Been riding the hot streak.
He'll sleep well tonight.
Got the cooler right next to Cole, and Kohler pitching. Now where's okay, that's the Cole cooler.
Oh, the starting pitcher cooler.
So that's
he gets his own cooler.
That's the Cole cooler. And there's Cool.
And you have a
Kohler.
The Kohler collar.
Marte with another base hit. His second tonight. Trying to start something. So we have Cole, we have the cooler, we have Cool, we have Kohler. Who's the coolest? Susie Cool.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the coolest one of all? Susie. Starting pitcher has his own.
There you go. We get all the Cools in the house tonight. No relation. Chad's going to go tomorrow night. Marte's running. And he's going to have to go back. That's the second out. Look at our greater coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile and scores from around baseball. Look, the Phillies, they have a lead over the Cardinals. Odubel Herrera and Freddie Galvis with back-to-back home runs for Philadelphia. Nationals. Reds leading the Dodgers. Giants playing later on tonight. Pirates coming into tonight a game back of the Cardinals, who are in that second and final wild card spot, and they're only 3.5 back of the Giants, who are the wild card leaders at the moment. If the Pirates win and the Cardinals lose, the Pirates will be in postseason position, tied for the first time since June 9th. There's Polanco. After tonight. Oh, talking about who's cool. After that 2-run home run, he's got to be the coolest. Icy. Polanco with a single his last time, scored a run ahead of that Freeze home run. 2-2 tie in the 6th. Pirates entering play today a game and a half ahead of these Marlins. Also chasing for that wild card picture. Glenn Hurdle trying to keep the guys focused on the task at hand, not scoreboard watch, but he says it's inevitable. Don Mattingly, this year, first-year skipper of the Marlins. Postseason experience at the helm of the Dodgers prior.
Yeah, the focus really gets intense when you come down to the last 6 weeks of the regular season. You talk about the June, July, kind of August, the ebb and flow of a major league season. But, start getting down to cases now.
Sneaks through. No one's Deacon Marte this time. He's in at third.
How about that placement? Just kind of meandering up through the infield, out into the outfield. Pirates keep on running.
Perfecto.
That's a little ground ball out of the reach of the shortstop, out of the reach of the second baseman. First and third.
Great look on our Allegheny Health Network Super Bowl.
First miss, second miss.
And no one there.
A couple fish out of water. Ronnie Starling can keep his footing.
So Polanco, the trailing runner. Marte at third for David Freese. He deposited one in the right center his last time up. Accounting for both Pirates runs. Juan Nieves, new pitching coach for the Marlins. Very good one. And Ichiro not in the lineup tonight, but recently achieving his 3,000th career hit. And a lot of Ichiro fans. There's a lot of media here from Japan covering Ichiro. Currently tied with Al Kaline on the all-time hit list. And that only accounts for what he's done in Major League Baseball. Of course, a lot of talk about what he did in Japan, adding those numbers together, and he has almost as many hits as anybody between those two leagues.
What a player he has been. Had the honor of shaking his hand down in Miami when we were down there.
No chance for Freeze.
So you're talking about all these cools and freezes. He's got a chance to ice this game.
If he could hit one out of the park, yeah, 3-run cushion. I feel really good about that. Base hit gets the Pirates the lead.
And Kohler all over the place in those two deliveries.
Rare wildness as his pitch count moves into the 90s.
He has not walked about it.
And he's gone over 110 pitches a handful of times this year. That's not uncommon for him. So
last time out, 6 innings. No decision against the White Sox. He's won his last 3 in a row. 2 of those wins came at the hands of the Phillies, the other one at the hands of the Giants.
Nick Whitgren, rookie ready, heading up for Miami. 3-0.
And that's a dangerous place right there. That's another one of those breaking balls inside to a right-hand hitter. That's playing with fire, and it was just far enough in where David could not turn on it.
Fuller has not walked a batter tonight.
Green light? No.
Now, absolutely.
That was interesting. That he had the take on, but that was a pitcher down. It was away a little bit, right in his kind of wheelhouse. He loves to take that kind of pitch and move it to right field.
It's this one to left field. Cut off by Andino. Hard hit, but the final out. Pirates threaten. We stay tied at 2. Here we've seen some great defense tonight. JT Real Muto thrown down by Starling Marte. David Freese bringing in a pair with that 2-out, 2-run home run. That gave the Pirates the lead. Marlins tying it. First home run hit off of Garrett Cole in 60 innings. And then Gregory Polanco throwing out Xavier Scruggs at the plate, keeping it tied at 2.
That is such an exciting play to watch an outfielder with a long throw, because you have a chance to follow it. You can kind of see everything coming together. The runner coming down third baseline. Is it going to be accurate? Is it going to be there in time? Is there going to be a collision? You can see that whole thing unfold. It's kind of a neat look, and the Pirates just doing it the way you'd see it drawn up in the book, the way these throws came in.
One from each corner tonight. Gordon 1 out of 3. Want to keep him off, especially when he's leading off an inning, as he's done now for the 3rd time tonight.
Garrett Cole's going to be in that 100-pitch range.
Well, a deeper outing than we've seen lately, and working around 10 hits from the Marlins, 9 of those singles.
That's what you call pitching.
Get some more tweets. Don't run, don't run. Don't run.
These are kind of messages to Lenny, coaching third base.
This is advice. Pirate fans, always very generous with their advice. Hey Marlins, don't run. And Polanco, 8 assists. Marte leads the league with 15 assists. Poor Lenny Harris tonight.
Yeah, one of the great pinch hitters, really. Through the years,
yes.
Came off the bench.
Talk about the year that Matt Joyce is having. Lenny Harris had that year every year as a pinch hitter. Two on D. Gordon. Missed 80 games this year. PED suspension. Marlins really needed him back, but now they're without Giancarlo Stanton, likely out for the year. Groin injury. That's a lot of trouble. Play by Cervelli.
2 great plays on D. Gordon, one by our pitcher, one by our catcher. Cervelli just sold out to make this play. About as you're going to see, about as good as you're going to see. This ball chopped out. Garrett's not going to get there in time, and Cervelli gives up the body.
How do you make an accurate, strong throw falling down like that? Wow.
Yeah,
look at that.
He is not in contact with the ground when he releases that ball. His body is off the ground. That's as good of that type of play as you're going to see from any catcher this year. Now it becomes a situation of 2 quick outs.
And school's starting up soon. You got to bring your family out to PNC Park with this end of summer back to school deal. It's presented by Dick's Sporting Goods through the rest of the month. All of August, if you purchase an adult ticket either in the corner box or outfield box, you get a free kids ticket. And if you want to find out more about it, you go to pirates.com/back-to-school. Get your tickets. Bring the kiddos.
Well, they have taken advantage. There are a lot of youngsters here. They're out in force. Great
Share
to
with
see.
them the greatest game on earth.
Young Bucco fans.
Everyone's having fun. One's hit deep to left. And Christian Yelich has given the Marlins the lead. Cole had not been taken deep in 60 innings. And the Marlins have hit 2 home runs in the last 2 innings off him. Opposite field power for Yelich is 14th. One of the more underrated good young hitters in the game of baseball.
2 quick outs.
And a solo home run thanks to that great play by Cervelli. Yelich now 7 for 14 with 3 home runs in his career against Cole.
A lot of carry to the opposite field.
Garrett Cole, prior to that start against the Dodgers, have never allowed more than 10 hits in a start in his career. 12 his last time, tonight 11. 2 extra base hits, the home runs by Real Muto and now Yelich. 3-2 Miami here in the 7th.
Happy Marlins dugout for the time being.
Zuna will get aboard. Cole's spot is due up 4th in the bottom of the 7th.
And here comes Clint.
Yeah, I think they wanted him to finish this inning, but now a couple of well hit balls in a row here, and Cole will be done after 6 2/3 tonight. Pitch better than the line indicates that the Marlins have the better of him for now.
And his effort is being applauded.
Miami with the lead here in the 7th. has knocked Cole out of the game after allowing 12 hits for the second straight outing. Still just a one-run game. Handled a lot of adversity well early.
Just that kind of night for Garrett.
Jared Hughes keeping Ozuna close.
Numbers for Jared coming in, what, just one appearance on the recent road trip. Quiet time for him out on the West Coast, but one appearance giving up that home run to Peterson.
Real Muto hit with the pitch.
Fourth batter hit by Jared, and not much chance of getting out of the way of that one because he has that run on the ball. That ball is just going to chase you. Try to get out of the way.
Xavier Scruggs in his first game in the big leagues this season. 1 out of 2.
Gotta be careful. He has that kind of big power. Not the easiest thing to do, lift the ball up out of the sinker ball area that Jared Hughes lives in.
Broke his bat. And McCutchen with a great jump and a great catch.
And another Pirate outfielder saves another Miami run. Eliminates another Miami run.
On Root Sports is brought to you by Kenny Ross, Total Confidence Pricing, and by Levin Furniture, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
And the Marlins have taken the lead back out of Friday Night Rocks. Pirates outfield tonight has really changed the way that this game could be looking like.
You're exactly right. He made a good break on that ball, Joe, and brought it in. So yeah, everybody's taking a hand, and some good glove work, some good arm work, Pirate outfield. And that's why it's just 3-2 at this point.
You were talking about that, Steve, before we got started tonight.
Defense helps. Dustin McGowan coming out to relieve Kohler, who went 6 innings giving up the 2 Pirate runs that scored on the Freeze home run. 42nd appearance. Echeverria takes over at short. I think Rojas moved from short over to first.
And Gung is going to get aboard.
Thank you very much.
That's a base hit.
Ozuna had it for a moment, couldn't secure it, and we've got action in the bottom of the 7th. Carried out to the Marlins right fielder. The glove, as big as it is, wasn't quite long enough.
And that tying run aboard with nobody out. There's Rojas manning first base. Scruggs out on the double switch. It's really 1 out of 2. That hitting streak up to 9 games. When you think about this game, and Steve, you're pointing out the defense would be so important tonight. And you look at this, if it's 4-3, or 4-2, I should say, 5-2, 6-2, if those plays in the outfield aren't made.
Yep.
Well, now you don't feel like you're in the ball game anymore.
Whole different look. Yep, exactly right.
One swing of the bat, the Pirates could be right back on top. Good time for Cervelli's first home run of the year. Huh?
Oh, yes.
Down 2 strikes. Garrett Cole done after 6 2/3 tonight. Still a quality start. Gung on the move, and they'll steal the base.
How about that? I'm talking about him picking up his game on the road trip with power. How about a little speed? And not the biggest jump in the world. Remuto catches a flyer.
Going first movement.
Gordon trying to decoy, kind of looking like he might be looking out in right center field, trying to convince John Ho to take off for third.
The count to even.
Double play no longer possible, not in the equation. See if Francisco can move him.
Young's 3rd stolen base all year, and not going to do a lot of those. Hey, just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller Time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite. They are. That's the Skull Bar here within PNC Park. There you go. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, Coke here.
That could be a very big seller on a night like tonight.
Warm night here.
That might be the 3rd or 4th time that bucket's been around.
Good crowd on hand. Cervelli was down 2 strikes, and he works the walk.
Action here in the bottom of the 7th. Cody Mercer will take a long look down at Rick Sofield. Pirates. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Under a full moon.
What color is it? Black and gold.
Look, I can see my house from here.
I thought you were from Mars.
Thank you very much. A little attempt at some deception. Shortstop moving away to try to catch Jung Ho Gung and tease him into taking a little more time or getting careless. And there is D. Gordon to take the throw.
Two on, nobody out. Pirates down a run in the 7th. Pitcher spot due up to follow.
Guess who?
Baseball's leading pinch hitter, Matt Joyce. He threw that big 2-run single Wednesday afternoon in San Francisco, part of that 6-run 5th. Felipe Rivero and Antonio Bastardo. Pair southpaw is loosening. Try for third, and everyone is safe.
It's a tie ball game. Well, the Marlins playing a little giveaway. Ozuna drops the ball in right field, and now they throw the ball away at third base when they had the force. So they're trying to do it with their legs coming into home plate. That's helping. And now they're helping defensively. Gowan has the ball. The throw is there, but he catches the flyer. Draws the third baseman off the bag. Runner coming in. Prado can't reach over and get it. And Jung Ho Gung kind of doing it with his legs here in the bottom of the 7th. And the Pirates setting up shop to take this ball game away.
The error on McGowan. And the fielder's choice credited to Mercer. But second and third, nobody out. Tie ball game. Don Mattingly to make the pitching change.
And may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
3-3 ball game here in the 7th. Matt Joyce will come out and pinch hit for Hughes. And those 15 runs batted in as a pinch hitter. Got 2 more of those in the Pirates' last game. Part of that 6-run 5th inning, enough to best the Giants and sweep them One shy of Pops for the Pirates all-time record. And perhaps with a hit here, he could be atop that list all by himself. Infield halfway for Miami. Both teams have led tonight.
Cervenka starting Joyce off with a good-looking slider, comes on to make his 56th appearance. Opponent's batting average 189, but the Pirates have set up shop to take the lead.
Joyce hitting .280, getting on base at a .419 clip against lefties. Cervenka with the upper hand so far.
Follows the slider. A cutter that swings through. Cutter 93 miles an hour.
12 home runs overall. 4 as a pinch hitter.
And a good block.
Thank you. What?
Good block?
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No. No, that would be redundant. You're always good.
Thank you for saying so. Yeah, Real Muto, a nice play. He's had a good ball game tonight. Cervelli at third, Mercer at second with nobody out.
Wow, tough take, disciplined take on a ball that didn't miss by much. That is tough to do. The last thing you want to do is take a call third strike in this situation. So that is what makes it a tough take.
Joyce has shown that ability all year. 2 on, nobody out. Cervelli staying put at third. And with nobody out, why risk it, right?
Boy, there's nowhere to go right there. Nowhere to go.
Mattingly wanted Cervenka, the lefty, to face the lefty. Joyce
did his job. 3
righties coming up. Kyle Bearclaw coming in. Grab yourself a donut. Take a break. 3-3 here in the 7th. Pirates threatening. And a look at our Allegheny Health Network injury update. Chris Stewart on rehab down for AA Altoona and got the day off yesterday, starting back-to-back games Tuesday and Wednesday, and has yet to catch a full 9 innings, but 1 hit and 8 at bats so far. He's also walked 4 times. And with the rosters expanding in what, 13 days? You got to feel like as long as he's ready by then, he'd be up. Cervelli doing the starting duties tonight. Eric Fryer, the backup for now. Kyle Bearclaw coming in.
Check this out. You're looking at 55 innings and 90 strikeouts. 9-0. That's all you need to know about Bearclaw.
Hard thrower out of St. Mary's. Lots of walks, lots of strikeouts. Although the walks have come down here in their second major league season.
Yeah, 37 walks in 55 innings. Big number.
Try to find those runs. Fly ball gets, or one shooting through the middle, drawn in infield here, I should say. Whole infield.
Got Josh to chase a big breaking ball. Way down, way outside.
The lefty got Joyce.
And a good save right there. 97 miles an hour. Tough challenge for a catcher.
With that go-ahead run standing at third.
That's 97. That ball is moving outside. I mean, that's like a cut fastball at 97. That's double your fun.
Infield in all the way around. Will Cervelli come home? He will.
Yeah, as they held on to the ball in left field, it looked like Andina couldn't get the ball out of the glove to the naked eye. And again, in a game that's in the bottom of the 7th inning, you don't see all that many people thrown out at home plate. The Pirates take the shot and they take the lead. You can see from Andino. Yeah, he had trouble getting the ball out of the glove. He took a step or two and up.
And I'll point this out. This is his 9th career game in the outfield. He's been an infielder his whole career. Don Mattingly chose to bring in Echeverria for defense. He did not choose to bring in Ichiro. And swing the outfield around.
Great job by Josh Harrison against a big-time strikeout reliever, getting the job done, getting it out to the outfield, giving the Pirates a chance to take the lead, and they have.
Marte comes through. Three Buccos.
And still in business. That's what you got to. You talk about opportunities that started with the ball dropped by Ozuna. You got to cash them in. You get a lot of opportunities. You don't always cash them in. The Pirates are making the Marlins pay in this inning.
And really, if you looked at this, they have been relentless the last couple of weeks. A 3-run 7th inning. The 3rd hit tonight for Marte. RBI number 41. Now McCutchen. An RBI chance as well. Why stop here?
Oh, you never know how many you're going to need.
30 doubles for Marte. Look at that home run total at 7. You think, well, maybe the power's down this year. It's 30 doubles. It's pretty good.
There's an engine that never stops right there, number 5.
Finds a way. Giving the Pirates the lead on the sac fly. And Marte adding to it. Base hit and a walk. Mercer tried to give himself up.
And the Marlins were having none of that.
And McGowan was told to throw it to third. He did. It was offline and off the glove of Prado. Gunn came around to score. Everyone moved up. 97 from Bearclaw. A little icing on it. And look at that score. The Cardinals trailing in the 8th in Philly. Pirates entering play today a game back of the Cardinals for that second and final wild card berth. And if the Pirates do find themselves in that spot, they have not been there since June 9th. Felipe Rivero. He would come on in the 8th. He had already been warming, and the Pirates were trailing, as was Bastardo. 3-2 on McCutcheon. Marlins are out hitting the Pirates 12-10. Garrett Cole worked out of a lot of damage, potential damage. 10 singles and then the 2 solo home runs by the Marlins. Ball 4.
Yeah, going back to Josh Harrison conversation, what do you want at the top of your batting order? You want a spark plug. I mean, that's been kind of the description of a leadoff guy. Create something, energy. John Jaso has played a lot of first base.
Had been that leadoff guy, and early in the year maybe had some of that, but no one on the Pirates is like Josh Harrison in that regard.
Clint has tried a lot of lineups, different guys at the top. And well, let's put it this way: Josh Harrison has not hurt his opportunities to do a lot more action at the top of the batting order.
I would freeze with one of those tonight. Polanco has strung together a pair of hits. 8th man to bat here in the 7th inning. 3 Marlins pitchers have combined to give up the lead, and 3 runs, all on the ledger of McGowan.
And if you get Bearclaw in one of these scenarios where he's not throwing strikes, this could be an extended, even a more extended 7th inning, because there's nothing happening in the Miami bullpen. He's got this scenario all by himself.
Marte back.
Eight runs scored, but 22 hits. There's been a lot of action tonight.
This ball's bounding all over the place. Plays at the plate, plays on the bases. Ball 2. Yet another critical ball game with the Marlins, the team trailing the Pirates in the wild card chase.
We told you what the Pirates have done to the Marlins in this ballpark. They're 11-1 in the last dozen games. You would love to put some separation in the back rear view mirror.
Keep that sinking feeling in their minds when they play here. Right into the shift. And the Pirates rocket on a Friday night. Monday Night Rocks. Indeed it does, with the Pirates on top. 5-3 on our UPMC scoreboard. Josh Harrison sac fly, putting the Pirates ahead. Starling Marte adding another. Will they keep that lead? 6 outs to go.
Rivero coming on to make his overall 57th appearance. 58 innings, 69 strikeouts. Hughes goes a third of an inning. Just wish Garrett Cole could have gotten that last out in the 7th, and you can never guarantee it would have played out the way it did after that, but that would have.
Could be in line for the win.
Yeah.
Instead it's Hughes.
Yeah, if it did play out. And 99% of the time it doesn't play out that way exactly.
Soft fly and 1 out. You know, you talk about what the Pirates have done since the trade deadline, and it's only been 15 games, but you know, the Pirates 10-5, second lowest ERA in the National League. Rivero has come right in, and you know, now there aren't a lot of guys like Mark Melancon around, and he's not trying to replace Mark Melancon. He's just trying to come in and pitch that 7th or now here in the 8th inning and be an effective relief pitcher, and boy, he has done that. Rivero coming over from Washington, and his time with the Pirates. He's not allowed an earned run. Really dates back to his time with Washington. Last 22 games, 0.64 ERA and a heap of strikeouts. And you see why with that arm. But it's not just a one-trick pony with him. He's got multiple pitches that he can offer.
That helps.
I wonder too, you know, you could even look at, depending on what the Pirates think of his stuff and their needs next season, you know, if there's a shortage of starting pitching, could he even be a factor for that? He was in the minors. Well, there's the first earned run he's allowed. Miguel Rojas with a rare home run. His third in the major leagues.
Nevertheless, an impressive one.
He's hit 1 a year, and there that one was. A 5-4 game now. I'll tell you, the Pirates have been winning, but they have been winning close ones.
It's not been easy. You're right.
Danny Echeverria is in on the double switch. Oh, he tied him up. Had 2 strikes, and he's down on strikes. Couple of sliders.
Yeah, it's tough when you're looking for fastballs. Get buckled. Well located breaking ball.
That's why I'm so intrigued by Rivero, because it's not just that great live arm from the left side.
And here comes again.
Got a good changeup too. D. Gordon robbed of a couple of hits tonight. And the ball skids into right field.
That's an expensive 90 feet because he represents the tying run. That ball blistered at Jung Ho.
Runner.
It's in the glove, but because it's on that home plate side, you got a chance to knock it out of the glove.
That'll be 2 errors on Gung, 1 a fielding error, 1 on the throw. He has made 9 errors in August. And once he didn't get the ball cleanly, he knew he had to hurry.
Yeah, the ball got behind him. That creates a whole different. Now you feel like you have to hurry. If that ball is out in front, getting to you that quickly, you can pick it up, and you still know you've got plenty of time. But it gets behind, and then he throws a ball that's tailing back into the running lane, and now you got an issue. There's going to be contact.
And the reasons it's 2 errors. 1 because he allowed him to reach. He should have gotten him out. And then when he threw the ball awry, that allowed Gordon to get into second base. That's why there's 2 errors. He's the tying run. One of the fastest guys in baseball. To walk Prado to get to the left-handed batting Yelich, who homered his last time. Yelich, a .289 hitter against lefties. Powered down a little bit, but it's pick your poison here, in my opinion. Prado's tough, Yelich is tough, and I don't think there's really a lefty advantage here. But Prado has been the best in the league at driving in runners in scoring position, so maybe that's the thought process here.
Oh yeah, you'd rather have your left-hand pitcher face left-hand batters almost every time.
Now the go-ahead run is aboard, but with 2 outs. Well, you're saying, Steve, I mean, this top of this Marlins lineup, these are all bona fide hitters. Look at that, 315 from Yelich.
Yeah, you go down to the top 5.
Imagine if Stanton is in this lineup, and then you say, wait a minute. And he's going to make him pay. Marlins have retied this game. And now the go-ahead run is at third base. First pitch, Yelich. A rare night where Rivero has not been effective. Really the first time as a Pirate. And that 2-out error looming large.
Not a bad looking pitch, but Yelich has been on his game tonight with the home run, and now pushing that ball to left center field, or kind of straightaway center field.
Driven in a pair tonight. He's put the Marlins up. He's tied them here. And Ozuna hit it hard, but thank goodness right at Polanco. Now these Marlins aren't going away. They have tied it at 5. Chad Kuhl takes the mound for the Pirates tomorrow as they continue this series against the Marlins, who will send David Phelps to the mound. Our coverage here from PNC Park starts at 6:30 with Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason right here on Root Sports. And the lead evaporates. Pirates score 3 times in the 7th. They'll need to score again.
New pitcher is Whitgren coming on for the Marlins, and also we got a new right fielder, Ichiro Suzuki. Take a look at Whitgren's numbers. Appearance number 37.
Rookie right-hander, and then Ichiro out there and right on the double switch. They take out Ozuna, their best power hitter, on that double switch. I had commented earlier that maybe you take out Andino at some point and then you can have a very good defensive outfield.
Pirates, if you look at what happened for the last out in the bottom of the 7th, fortunate to be tied because Ozuna hit that ball right on the button to Gregory Polanco.
Young's 2 errors with 2 outs opened the door for that tying run to score. Marlins have left on 11 runners tonight. Freeze called out on strikes, and Rob King's got a game break.
Sure do, guys. The Blue Jays in Cleveland tonight, bottom of the 9th, after Jose Ramirez hit a game-tying solo home run. Tyler Naquin, a shot deep out to right field. Saunders can't make the grab. Then Melvin Upton falls down trying to track it down. Naquin, an inside the park home run, his 14th homer of the season. That's how the Indians win it. Final score was 3-2.
Thank you, Rob. Here, 5-5. Both teams have led tonight. Young has been hot, 3 homers in his previous 5 games. Will that be something after opening the door for the Marlins? He could slam it shut. Neftali Feliz getting up in this tie game. Now 2-2. Look at that score now. The Cardinals have tied it. A Jed Jerko home run. The Mountaineer. It was a 3-1 Philly lead.
Jed Jerko having a good year for the Cardinals.
Young with a base hit. Andino racing to cut it off. Gunn trying for 2. Boy. If that gets past Andino, you go. If it doesn't, you got to hold up. That's a mistake.
Andino did a good job of getting over there to cut it off.
And a shortstop by trade. Showing off a decent arm out there.
It looked like it was going to be a gap shot. His speed cut it off. And the risk not paying off.
I was critical of Mattingly for not moving Yelich over there, but Andino has very good range. A shortstop playing in his 9th game ever in the outfield. He must know something, huh?
Mattingly?
That's a good man right there, Don Mattingly. And he has thwarted the Pirates' efforts by leaving Andino out there. Though Andino earlier led to, or perhaps led to, Pirates run. So 2 outs and the base is clear. Cervelli extending that hitting streak to 9 games with that 3rd inning single. Otto right on the line at 3rd. Playing that no doubles defense. Outfield very deep. This one is very deep. And in the wrong spot of the ballpark. Yelich hauling in that massive drive from Cervelli to end the inning. And you couldn't hit it much better than that. That one down in center field.
And the notch is the only thing that could hold it.
Hit it at 394 feet at 103 miles an hour. I'd say the best ball he's hit probably all year. Thinking that might have been his first home run.
You know, 15 or 20 feet either direction, to the left or to the right, but the notch held it.
He crushed that ball, but into the wrong spot, and a nice play by Yelich.
He's been a problem for us tonight. Well, he's been a problem for a lot of people. He's a good baseball player. He's done a lot of damage against the Pirates tonight.
Who will break through? Both teams really need this game tonight. Cardinals and Phillies have gone to extra innings. And now Phillies on for the 9th.
His numbers. Appearance number 56. And get 53 strikeouts in those 47 innings.
Rivero gave up 2 runs in the 8th after not allowing an earned run with the Pirates prior. 1 earned, 1 unearned.
It's almost like both these teams have tried to give it away at times and take it away at times.
Two clubs that have had their ups and downs this season. Gung's 2 errors opening the door in that 8th inning, but he's also collected 2 hits tonight. Being thrown out at second base handily didn't help.
Ozuna tried to hand it to us and did by dropping the ball hit to him in the 7th. important pitch coming up right here. You don't want to go 3-0, and he didn't.
Ichiro on deck, and then Andino.
Fastball right there. Good fastball.
Didn't get the strike one call. So that makes it 3-1 now. There's Ichiro. Came in on the double switch. Five in the ninth. The leadoff walk. And Rob King's got another game break for us. Rob?
About that Jed Jerko home run, wanted to show it to you. Genmar Gomez, 1 out, 1 aboard. Jerko hits a 2-run homer, his 19th of the season. That ties the game at 3. They are headed to extra innings in Philadelphia.
And here a nice hand for Ichiro.
As there should be, wherever he goes.
.307 career hits, and a lot of fans. He's one of the greatest hitters. Not one of the greatest Japanese-born hitters. One of the greatest hitters. And he's going to advance the runner here. This does everything right, doesn't he? 42 years old.
Yes, he does.
A marksman at the plate. So now the go-ahead run at second with 1 out. That's Real Muto. Even though he's a catcher, runs better. And Ichiro, you know, think of what he's accomplished in his career. He's being asked to sacrifice. He just goes and lays the bunt down, and lays down a good one.
You got to be good when you just have your first name up on your back.
It's no Chili Davis or Vida Blue, but he'll do. Real Muto, at least an average runner. We've seen him already try to score tonight and being thrown out. It'll be interesting if that happens again. Base hit, they'll probably wave him around.
Well, they're playing him short in the outfield. They're playing him close and close. Andrew, very, very tight in center field. Almost looks like, well, not quite a straight line, but usually it's more pronounced with the center fielder playing deeper as you look across.
Everyone in a few steps. Now with 2 outs, do they stay in that position, or would they back up?
Why would they back up?
Well, I'm just curious if you.
No, you still got to.
Because on the base hit, you want to throw him out.
Yep. Yeah, you want to stay in tight. You don't want to give him any a longer throw, but well, he's gonna
get a chance.
Yep.
Here comes Polanco's throw, and it's late, and the Marlins take a lead in the 9th inning. RBI single by Robert Andino, who last year was playing independent ball, and tonight gives the Marlins the lead in a big game.
Here we come with Polanco coming in and turning it loose. You're right, maybe that extra speed that catchers don't always have makes a difference. Realmuto is in there comfortably, really. And of course, you have to risk it at this point in the ball game to take the lead in the 9th inning, tie ball game. You're going to send them every time, even though you've been burned a couple times earlier. It's the thing to do. It's no-brainer.
Think of the guys who have launched the Marlins here in the later innings. Rojas, his first home run of the year. And Dino, who hadn't played big league ball in 3 years, coming through with his first RBI. And the Marlins taking a 9th inning advantage after losing the last 2 to Cincinnati.
It's certainly not over yet, but the Pirate bullpen coming in and struggling tonight.
That has been a big strength for the Pirates. And Fernando Rodney, who was a midseason trade, acting as the closer, while A.J. Ramos is on the DL. Rodney with an ERA over 5 with the Marlins. And that's the Marlins' 16th hit of the night. Torres puts on the brakes here.
He's turning his back, but not fooling anybody, and down, and Polanco had to come a long way. Lenny Harris holds the runner up at third base.
Well, you don't win a lot of games where you give up 16 hits. The Pirates still have a chance if they can keep it this 1-run game. Ray Surge with a reminder of that. Echeverria has grounded into 8 double plays. Well, the Marlins were down 5-3. They scored twice in the 8th to tie, and they've gone ahead here in the 9th. Marlins have won here once in the last 3 years. Now Jeff Locke is getting up. Last time he pitched against the Marlins, he threw a shutout. Tonight, warming up in the 9th inning in a game where the Pirates are trailing. Echeverria struck out last inning. Pirates bullpen has been among the best over the last, I'd say, 7 or 8 weeks in all the baseball. But tonight, Rivero giving up 2. The errors behind him cost him. And Phillies has been touched here in the 9th.
Culprits.
Christian Yelich in the field and at the plate. Almost hit him.
Up and in.
Coming in at all?
It hit his jersey. That technically would have been a hit by pitch.
Yeah, you wonder why Echeverria is not selling that.
He maybe didn't even feel it.
Yeah. Short sleeve.
If it hits the uniform, it counts. Young in a third.
Trying to go up after high heat. Not getting there.
Ichiro, that selfless bunt, certainly leading to this inning. A told you, you don't win a lot when you give up 16 hits, right? The Pirates, last time they gave up 16 hits in a 9-inning game and won was 8 years ago. But they got a shot down a run if they can keep it and a run.
This has been one of those kind of games where you can look back at 30 different things that went in 30 different directions.
Yeah, the Marlins are thrown out of the plate twice. Pirates have made some errors in the field of the bases.
We got thrown out at second. We got thrown out at third.
The Marlins are 7 for 15 with runners in scoring position tonight. Yet the Pirates are down just a run. And you could see so many ways where it could be a 4 or 5 run lead for them right now.
Trying to work it very hard to keep it at just 1 run.
Pirates will have Mercer, a pinch hitter, and Harrison due up in the bottom of the 9th.
And there's a whole different feel. When you're down 1, you feel like you're not far away. When you're down 2, it takes it a notch further out on the horizon.
And he's walked Echeverria to load the bases. 4 out of the 5 have reached against Phillies. The only one that didn't, that was Ichiro laying down the sacrifice. And as good as Phillies has been, this is also an uncharacteristic night. Do you stick with Phillies or do you go with Jeff Locke? A lefty against the lefty. I don't know.
You're going to stick with him.
Phillies
looking down at the Pirate dugout. Well, Clint Hurdle just got off the phone, and
he's going to watch Phillies pitch to Gordon. Yep. Locke, very little experience out of the bullpen. Phillies has been on the precipice of a World Series win. No room for error, already down a run in the 9th. And Gordon very, very tough to double up. Though you can go to any base depending on how it's hit. Here's how they got here. Andino singled. He's at third now. Rojas also singled. He's at second. Echeverria just walked. A run across. Miami trailing the Pirates by a game and a half. There's one. And that's all they'll get. A big second out, though, from Phillies.
Boy, they don't come easy. Line drive.
Adam played well. Off the line and in. Right at him.
Almost hit too quickly to Jung Ho for anybody to really stray too far off the base paths.
One step back. Now Prado, the best in the league at driving in runners in these situations. E. Gordon.
Is that a pitcher's cooler? Starter's cooler? He needs to talk to Sean Rodriguez if he wants to do some damage, and that didn't do much.
Bases full of Marlins with 2 outs. Blanco cuts it off, makes the catch, ending the inning.
And Pride saves 3 runs.
Another great play by the Pirates outfield, but they need a run as we go to the bottom of the 9th. What kind of Friday night will it be? Pirates need a run here in the bottom of the ninth. 6-5 Miami. And Gregory Polanco adding to those great plays we've seen by all the Pirates outfielders tonight.
What a play. The ball was slicing toward him a little bit, but he didn't need a lot of help. He made a terrific play.
Martin Prado robbed.
There it is. Didn't quit on it. Stretches out. Prado knows that it could have been a big number.
And that kept the damage at 1. Marlins have left 14 runners on tonight. Polanco's thrown a runner out at the plate. Marte has. And now Rodney. Crooked hat and all. Let's hope he doesn't throw any arrows after the game tonight. Mercer, a pinch hitter.
Yeah.
John Jaso's out on deck. And then Harrison.
Rodney has not been dazzling since joining this ball club. There we go.
For 3 tonight. Rodney coming over in a mid-season trade.
And he has not been the same.
He was the closer with the Padres and then was brought in to set up AJ Ramos, who's currently on the DL.
And we saw Ramos pitching to Barry Bonds earlier. But yeah, Rodney, something like 13 runs given up in 21 innings since joining this club.
How about 2 more?
Not been the same. Need a base runner. Been saying that all night, and we've gotten the base runners.
Pirates have battled back multiple times. Andrew Kashner coming over in a trade. Rodney, with no men on, will just get a chance to do it again.
Caught a spike.
And there's a leadoff walk.
Now that would have been a balk.
Yeah, at least you earn it, right?
I don't think there's any argument there.
So Mercer is the tying run. And John Jaso will represent the winning run. And I'm a little surprised you don't pinch run with Frazier here. Maybe you wait till he gets to second, I guess. And Frazier can play shortstop and is the fastest runner that the Pirates have on the bench. He's a speedster.
Well, in 21 innings, 13 walks now from Rodney.
Two and 0. Polanco with that catch that saved several runs. Juan Nieves back out, the pitching coach.
Did that affect your control if your hat is crooked?
I always thought it could. He's obviously pitched effectively in the major leagues for a long time, but I can't imagine that helps. I mean, I guess when you bowl,
I can't imagine it hurts either. It just looks funny.
it's like bowling to the wrong pin, you know, or the wrong arrow. I mean, and I guess he's just got a little hook, right?
Yep. And you could be looking at another one of the 40 critical situations that we've seen tonight on this pitch. This is a big pitch right here. Huge pitch.
Jaso has doubled in each of the last 2 games, both starts. And caught a strike, nipping the inner edge and barely. Yep. Marlins boy not having a good time. Base hit. And that tying run now at second base.
Yep, sets up the whole stage now for Josh. Look for Josh Harrison to move the runners. Right there in the middle of the strike zone, and we got action in the bottom of the 9th.
Adam Frazier will pinch run for the preceding runner. So Mercer still the tying run. You need at least that. And Frazier, with the very good speed, running behind Mercer, is the winning run.
And got to be expecting Josh to put down the bunt, don't you? The Marlins certainly looking for the bunt.
Trying to move the runners. So Clint Hurdle bringing in Frazier as the trailing runner here. And this makes sense. And if he wants Harrison to bunt, now a base hit probably scores 2 and wins the game. That's what he's going for here, instead of using Frazier as the lead runner.
Pirates exactly where they want to be at this point in the bottom of the 9th. Just got to see how it plays out.
Got to execute the bunt. Corners crashing in. Rodney's been wild. Parents got the rally cap on. Mercer at second. Frazier with good speed at first. 1-2. Here's some Rodney chants starting to form. Can they get him to fall off the mound too?
Ouch. Ouch. That hurt. Missing the bunt doesn't feel good. Hit on the toe feels worse.
Got to get this bunt down now with 2 strikes. You bunt foul and you're out. Swinging away. And now 2-2. It's like a bunt. That'll work. That will work.
Funny how the game works. You miss 2 bunt attempts, swing away and chop it down and move the runners.
He'll be charged to time at bat, but it's a productive out, a very productive out here in the 9th. Mercer 90 feet away with the tying run, and the speedy Frazier, the winning run at second. And you get high fives for that. Here's Starling Marte.
Pick your poison here. Do you want to walk Marte and set up a double play?
Andrew McCutchen would be next.
Yeah, yeah. Pick
They
your poison.
will.
Yeah.
They just are calling for it. Wow. When would you have ever seen this? Let's bypass Marte to get to McCutchen.
But I mean, it makes sense.
Well, the winning run is already at second base. They're not going to move him up. But you also leave no room for error from a wild Rodney.
Now you can win this ball game with 1 pitch with a double play. Now, if you don't have, it's going to take you 2 situations if you don't do this.
Marte with 3 hits tonight, including a run-scoring double his last time. Intentionally passed here. There's ball 4 to load the bases. And now no room for error.
Check out PNC Park. They got their man coming up to the plate. On their feet. 32,000 plus here tonight, and they're on their feet. This is when baseball gets pretty good. This is when baseball gets really good.
Since the All-Star break, McCutchen has been really good, driving in the runners when it matters. Bases full of buccos. Tying run 90 feet away. Winning run at second. Strike 1.
At 95 miles an hour.
A great time. And another one of those big hits. This is when stars shine.
Good take. And we're going away from the fastball.
Harrison moved up the runners, causing the Marlins to walk Marte.
Everybody up on the railing.
And the Marlins will win. They set it up. They got the double play ball. And they escape.
Couldn't have been easier. 2-hopper right at third base. And that's all she wrote.
And the Pirates stung by these Marlins tonight. Both teams had multiple chances. The Pirates felt really good with the bases loaded, but Don Mattingly getting out of it after McCutchen took that 96 fastball in the low part of the zone over the middle of the plate and grounded it to third. He got what he wanted, and Rodney gets the save. That's it for tonight. The Marlins take the opener, and Rob and Teak coming up with a post-game show.
Joe and Steve, thanks very much. And this was a disappointing loss for sure, Teak. I mean, a real back and forth kind of game. The Pirates had it in hand a couple of times, seemed to have it in hand a couple of times, but by the end of the night, it's the Marlins who come away with a victory they really needed. The Pirates needed it too, but the Marlins probably needed it a little more, and they got it at the end.
Yeah, I think this was one of those games where both teams at different points in time during the course of this game felt like they had the thing just about where they wanted to, but for both teams it kept slipping away, and then you had to come back and try to regain it again. Yeah, it's one of those nights when both teams are going to look at it and say, boy, there was a lot of different things happened to change the ebb and flow of this ball game. Unfortunately for the Pirates, the last thing that happened was a double play, and the Marlins come away with the win.
Certainly an entertaining game, a nail-biting game, and it's the Marlins who win it. Just like we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. And you have to applaud the work of Christian Yelich, one of the fine young players in baseball. And Yelich against Garrett Cole, he takes him deep. Cole had gone 60 innings without giving up a home run. That was his 14th. That comes in the top of the 7th, driving in other runs, and then making a fine running catch deep out in left center field in the notch, and the ball hit by Francisco Cervelli. Well, Yelich does a good job there. And then coming up, obviously late in the game after the gong error, it was Yelich with the RBI single that provided the Marlins with the 6-5 victory as they win Game 1 of this 3-game set here at PNC Park. Coming up on Pirates postgame presented by the Allegheny Health Network, we will have highlights of this entertaining 6-5 game in which the Marlins won. We'll have analysis from Teak. You're going to hear from manager Clint Hurdle and more coming up next on Pirates postgame presented by the Allegheny Health Network.